So guys, I'm going to skip the prompt today. Make sure you have plenty of time for your quiz. Can someone let Thomas in? You forgot to use the pass. Thomas, you forgot about the pass. It's a little late now. Let's make sure you don't make it on my list of people that need assistance. All right. No, you're fine. So today we're going to describe and compare quantitative distributions. Each table you have, first of all, there's one packet for every student at the table, right? So that's Unit B. That reflection has been up since last week, so some of you may have already started it. And then you have another sheet at your table that says Partner A, Partner B. Do not cut that apart. You're supposed to work together. You will need your, you'll probably will want your Chromebooks. So you can open your Chromebooks up, the Stafflet's open. You're allowed to use that during your quiz. Again, I already mentioned the B1 reflection, and you're going to complete the A review to earn bonus points on your exam next week. Oh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you have that review packet, 2009, the 2009 question looks a lot like the front page of your test. Just an FYI. The 2009 free response question in that little tiny review packet. Now, I've already put the free response questions for the B review. Those are actually in the packet, so they're not separate this time. Keep it all together. It's nice for you. It's nice for me. All right? If you don't have those free response questions, there should be extra packets back there. So what I'd like you to do, ideally, you are taking turns doing this. One of you chooses to be Partner A and go first. I don't care which one does it. And then they work through problem one, explaining what they did. Then Partner B does the same thing. It's sort of just teaching each other, refreshing. Go ahead and after, I'm going to wait, give you some time to work through questions 1 through 4 on that sheet for both of you. Then I will put up the key through 1 through 4 and quickly go through it. There will be an opportunity to earn 5 bonus points on your quiz. Who'd like 5 bonus points? Technically, the Stafflet tells you what the outliers are. So if you tell me the right outliers from the Stafflet, you get the question right. But if you show me the upper limit and lower limit calculations, then I give you 5 bonus points on your quiz today. All right? Because I'd like you to be able to do that. So I'll go. Yes, I should.
Is the test not this week?
Sure it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought you said the test was next week.
I'm sorry, it's this week.
Okay.
So I had on an assignment since last week, but other than that, I don't know. All right. So go ahead and get started. And you should have. So answers for the first half. You guys should be this far already. So SD, easiest question on your quiz. Look at Stafflet, the summary statistics, looking under the SD, and there it is, right? The hardest part about getting the right answers here is making sure you type in the data correctly. So be very careful typing in your data, all right? I don't usually like to give you a list of data to enter because typos can mess you up. So just make sure you only have one list of data and it's not super long, so it should be fine. All right. But you could be given data on your AP exam and be expected to enter it into the calculator. We'll get into calculator more after you get good at visualizing. Okay. So write down the 5-number summary. You can see on the Stafflet, it's the last 5 numbers of the summary statistics. List them in order. Please label. Don't just write 3, 24, 39. Does Stafflet just write the numbers without a label? So you shouldn't write the numbers without a label. And then I am giving 5 bonus points on the quiz. Someone said, is this on the review? No, I'm not grading your review. Mrs. Everman doesn't do unnecessary grading. Are there any outliers? Neither one of those have an outlier, and that's fine. Some of your quizzes will have outliers. Some of your quizzes will not. Okay? Remember, all of you have a different version of the quiz. So if you show me the upper limit and lower limit calculations like we did on page 47 in your packet, are you allowed to use your packet on your quiz? Yes. Quiz. I said quiz. Quiz. By the way, I do have 3x5 cards over there. Unless you want to do your own 4x6, I don't have those. For the test, you're allowed a 3x5 card front and back for your test. Your test is on Friday. All right. So then the last part, you can either show me this number line and then this drawn. I want this drawn roughly to scale. I don't want you to just draw a generic box plot. It should look like the one in Stafflet. It should look like the one in Stafflet. So you can either draw this scale down here or the numbers on it, and that will work for me. It should look like your box plot. And then make sure you tell me, label. I want a label on there. I don't just want naked numbers, all right? Go ahead and I'll leave this up and you can start working on the comparison. Okay, so next piece, the distribution of McGuire's home runs is roughly symmetric. Here's how, now if you look at the mean and the median, you can see that the mean is 39.8 and the median is 39. On that scale, that's not that far apart. That's not that far apart, okay? But here's how, but you have to be able to tell symmetry from a graph, not just comparing mean and median. Mean and median is a nice hint, but if you were to fold that on the median, right, would they be roughly the same size? Yeah, they kind of match. Sure, the box on the right is a little bigger than the box on the left, but the whisker on the left is bigger than the whisker on the right, and it sort of balances out. Not perfectly, and that's okay. The one on bottom should be more obvious. Can you guys see that one is definitely skewed right? I wouldn't say strongly. It's not super crazy skewed, but it's skewed right. There are no unusual features in either distribution. If you're using stocks, you'd say there are no outliers in either distribution. McGuire's median number of runs, 39, is higher than Barry Bond's median number of runs, which is 33.5. So see how I'm using context all along. The IQR for McGuire's home runs is 34, which is greater than the IQR for Bond's at 20 home runs. If you just say McGuire's IQR is 34 and Bond's is 20, do you get full credit? What do you have to say? It's either bigger, smaller, or similar. Got to tell me that, all right? Assume I'm a complete idiot. Give me that information that somehow I did not learn the less than, greater than sign, okay? That doesn't make you an idiot. We actually have a lot of high schoolers who don't know the less than and greater than sign. So, unfortunately, there was alligator abuse in elementary school. Anyone here with alligator abuse? Yeah, oh, it's terrible. All right, then the bottom part. I'm going to give you two. So you're going to, here's the good news. The bottom question is really 5 and 6 on your quiz. I'm going to have 2 box plots already printed for you. All right. And so some of you will feel uncomfortable because you won't know the exact median. Yeah, you're going to have, someone said, oh, something-ish. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, as long as it's in the neighborhood. Don't tell me like the bottom one. If you told me the median is 30, I would clearly ding that because the median is clearly not 30. It's clearly between 30 and 35. So I would say, maybe 33, maybe 34. I wouldn't ding either one of those. Do you see that? So you have to guesstimate from the box plots I give you. I am not giving you exact numbers. And you will do a comparison like we did on number 5 there. Then the next thing I'm going to ask you, I'm going to say, oh, tell me why the first box plot is better. Why the first, whatever it is better. So why is McGuire better? Well, you can see he hits at least 39 home runs 50% of the time, right? Whereas Bonds hits 33.5 home runs 50% of the time. I could have also used Q3. At least 25% of his home runs are around 58. Whereas for Bonds, it's down in the 40s, around 45. So there's not a specific thing you have to compare. You just have to pick one why the top box plot is better. All right. And then I'll ask you, oh, what's better about the second box plot? In this case, it was a little harder with bonds, but you can see his Q1 is a little higher than McGuire's. So the Pickens are a little slimmer for bonds, right? But he has a better Q1. So I can say, 75% of the time, bonds hits at least 25 home runs, while for McGuire, it is at least 24 home runs. So he hits more home runs 75% of the time. Is a minimum. He hits at least a certain amount. Okay? How are we feeling about that? I'll let you finish copying. I'm going to pass out scissors so you can cut the sheets apart. Remember, you can use your packet. It is open note. It is not open mouth.
Oh, is this all we're doing?
This is all you're doing today.